to Shock ESL, and today's lesson is going to be about the R and the L. And by contrast, we're going to show what it's like when we do not have the L or the R in a word, okay? And how it affects the sounding of the word when we do have it included, okay? So to begin with then, if we say we don't have the R or the L in a word, the word becomes fame, okay? So we're just emphasizing the F sound, which again is, we haven't talked about that, but that's a explosive word where we go flame, fame. But when we put an R in it, it becomes frame, okay? Like a frame of a picture, okay? Frame, you hear that? So the combination of that F and the R brings it together. So it's pushing it out. We go r. Again, that tongue's moving up, but it's all in one movement. So it starts with the lips, and then the tongue comes up at the back, and then it's all together in one split second. So it's frame. And then with the last word with the L in it, the rest of this is the same spelling. Flame. I'm making the distinction with F and then L and then A-M-E, okay? But just for clarity's sake, okay? But ultimately the word comes together, so it's flame. You can just catch that L, can't you? You can just touch it in there. Flame. So again, all through them. Fame, frame, flame. You can just see, by the time I've come to say the L in this word, as opposed to our last exercise, where we're emphasizing the L, we're just touching it now. It's just flame. So again, as we practice it, we get more control of the tongue, the tip of the tongue, so that it can just touch the palate at the top of the mouth, okay? So again, fame, frame, flame. And another series of words, B-E-A-D, bead, as in the small beads that we have around our neck, again, our wrists and stuff, okay? Bead. We've got our two vowels in here, and we're going to be doing some work on the vowels soon. Bead. And again, when we have the R in here, so we've got two vowels, but they are the same, E's, okay? So it's breed, it becomes breed. Again, that R is there, breed, okay? And then when we have the L added, it's bleed. Again, the same sound. We are touching the tip of the tongue is touching the behind the teeth and behind the palate here, top of the palate. So it's bleed, breed, bead. And again, that B is another sound where it's all lips. It's all lips. Bead, okay? And breed. This sound here, BR, can be problematic, okay? There's lots of combinations like that we have in English that we have to just get used to, okay? And we'll have another class on that. But breed, we have to remember with a B, it's always pushing it out. Again, in other languages, they use a V for that sound, so it gets an a word that's sort of internal to them. But here, we use our lips, so it's a breed. And the last one, bleed. Okay, I'm going to give you some exercises, and then we're going to come back and review these points again. But again, I urge you, please do the exercises. It's no more than 10 minutes at a time. You can stop the video at any time and do it and go over some of these things, okay? But I do urge you that it is about practice. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so check out the exercises and we come right back.
Understanding the L versus the R sounds. As you can see from the graphic, the L, the tongue is behind the teeth on the palate, where the R is flat. So you have L, and the tip of the tongue is held there. L, where the R is just flat. R. remembering in our example for the R pronunciation that the R can be pronounced in two different ways, but the English or American way is to keep it flat and then make the sound for the R. And this is a phrase that you can use to practice it. Remember, always speak slowly when you're practicing. You can always speed up later. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you too can become great. Repeat. Here are some sounds that have the L or the R as the final sound or letter. Number 1, feel and fear. Repeat. Number 2, bowl and bore. Repeat. Number 3, deal and dear. Repeat. Number 4, tile and tire. Repeat. Number 5, stole and store. Repeat. Number 6, while and wire. Repeat. Number 7, mole and more. Repeat. And number 8, file and fire. Repeat. Now here's some practice sentences for the L versus the R. Number 1, the president flies in his private airplane. Repeat. Number 2, I frequently fly to Florida to visit my friend. Repeat. Number 3, I plan to regularly practice playing the flute. Repeat. Number 4, everyone went to Brenda's surprise party. Repeat.
Okay, so we saw these differences, and in some of our exercises we just have words and senses just for the R, with the R in the middle, in the end, and the beginning, and same with the L at the beginning, at the middle, at the end, okay? And it's important, and you will notice when you do those exercises that the sound slightly changes when it's at the beginning or in the middle or the end. Again, that's one of those distinctions that we have to get used to. And again, by taking our time with it and not beating ourselves up because we didn't get it first time, it will come. Again, make it your own. Practice it. The secret to learning a lot of this stuff and learning generally is to read through it and then put it down and then just imagine yourself saying it, okay? And then put it into a phrase that is comfortable for you, which is why in our exercise I always give you some phrases that you can just learn those phrases and repeat them. Just, when you're driving along the car, taking a walk, keep the mind actively engaged with this new language, okay? Don't come to class, say, all right, I've done my hour of class today, off, just go back to whatever I was doing. Try to bring it back into your everyday living, okay? Into your everyday thoughts. This is a secret to learning generally about everything, but particularly with languages, because we need to be using it. If you're not using a language, it's no good saying, well, I studied Russian 10 years ago, I knew everything about it, but I haven't done anything with it. You're going to lose it. It's just like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it, okay? So with these exercises, take part of them. Just remember this phrase, okay? You know, fame, frame, flame. Just repeat that. Flame, frame, flame, frame, flame. Fame, frame, flame. Just remember that phrase, okay? Or any of the others that you saw. And just run it through your mind so that it becomes yours, okay? And you become more comfortable with it. Okay, so until next time, this is Ian Moore with Shock ESL.